Hey everyone, the one and only here, and I am back because I know a lot of you guys still have plenty of questions regarding the brand new 16-inch MacBook Pro. Specifically, several of you guys have DM'd me wondering what all the differences are between the 15-inch and 16-inch and whether those changes are worth upgrading or not. We're going to look at everything, so if you have a 15-inch MacBook Pro or really any other MacBook including the 13-inch Pro or a MacBook Air, then you'll most likely find this video useful. So get ready because there's going to be a lot of great information in this video. Let's get right to it. If you haven't seen my unboxing and review of the new 16-inch MacBook Pro, you totally should. I'll attach a card at the top right corner if you're interested in that. Also, I have offered advice before in the past and I'm happy to say my DMs are open for anyone needing help deciding on which MacBook is right for them. If you're considering upgrading from a 15-inch, 13-inch, an Air, or just flat out confused about which to get and what configuration is best for your needs, shoot me a DM and also make sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram so you're always in the loop with channel news, updates, polls, and giveaways. Alright, let's begin with the most obvious difference. Yes, the new MacBook screen is larger. It's not entirely a whole inch larger though, so it is slightly misleading. The 15-inch screen is technically a 15.4-inch diagonal screen as compared to the all-new 16-inch display found on the new version. The physical size is not the only thing that changes, as the resolution also had to change to compensate for the extra pixels. The 15-inch MacBook had a screen resolution of 2880 by 1800 at 220 pixels per inch, while the newer model has a screen resolution of 3072 by 1920 with a pixel density of 226 pixels per inch. While most likely the insignificant increase in PPI won't be noticeable from a regular viewing distance, for some reason, I find pleasure knowing that it is in fact better. Am I the only one that thinks this way? I hope not. Regardless, I like the look of the new 16-inch as the side and top bezels have been slightly reduced, as you can see from these close-up shots. Makes the MacBook look more futuristic, although I hope one day we get a MacBook that is edge-to-edge screen with minimal to no bezels at all, but I don't know, one can only dream. True Tone is the same on both. Both have a P3 wide color gamut and both have up to 500 nits of total brightness. In order to compensate for the bigger display, the chassis or body of the MacBook had to be increased and some compromises had to be made. Those compromises have to do with thickness and weight, so for the rest of this review, I'll occasionally refer to the 16-inch as Thick Boy. But as you'll see, most of the differences and improvements directly correlate to the bigger chassis of the new MacBook Pro, aka Thick Boy. So the 15-inch dimensions are as follows: 0.61 inches in height, 13.75 inches in width, 9.48 inches in depth, and comes in at 4.02 pounds. Its heavyset relative is slightly bigger both in size and weight, coming in at 0.64 inches in height, 14.09 inches in width, 9.68 inches in depth, and 4.3 pounds for its weight. So as you can see, it did get bigger, but the improvements will be worth it. Only time this would really become an issue is if you are at a college or university and you have to walk long distances, basically half across campus from one class to the next, while lugging this thing around in a bag. But hey, makes for good exercise and good heart health. So if anything, Apple is doing us a favor, it seems like. Subsequently, because of the chassis, more room was made internally for, yup, you guessed it, a bigger battery. Now keep in mind, this is all on paper, but Apple claims the new 16-inch will outperform the 15-inch by an increase of roughly 10% to battery, increasing from 10 hours of wireless web now up to 11 hours. This has yet to be seen since I haven't had adequate enough time to see it in action, but physically, the battery went up from an 83.6 watt-hour battery to a whopping 100 watt-hour battery, so I don't think Apple is lying and I believe them with these claims. I'll definitely let you guys know my findings, as I plan to do a 1-week review after having the machine for a whole week to see if my initial impressions or opinions change, and also to inform you guys on stuff like performance and battery. But one of the things that not many people are praising enough is the insane sound quality housed within the chassis. Hiding inside is a 6-speaker sound system that is almost impossible to portray accurately on a video, but man, the sound is booming. It's rich, it's full, it pounds and pulsates throughout the entire room, and is so surprising that this kind of sound sound is coming out of a MacBook and not a medium-sized Bluetooth speaker. Here are a few copyright-free tracks comparing the 15-inch versus Thick Boy, so take a listen for yourself, but keep in mind that the actual sound quality is really hard to replicate over a microphone. It's best to go to your nearest Apple store and have a listen with your most reliable hearing tool. I'm talking about your ears. But in any case, have a listen for the differences.
Finally, the rumors have come true. The ever mysterious and highly rumored 16-inch MacBook Pro is finally upon us. While this isn't the rumored redesign we were hoping for, there are still plentiful improvements here and make this the best MacBook. Finally, the rumors have come true. The ever mysterious and highly rumored 16-inch MacBook Pro is finally upon us. While this isn't the rumored redesign we were hoping for, there are still plentiful improvements here and make this the best.
So I guess while we're on the topic of audio quality, we might as well go over the 3 microphone array found in the new MacBook. This audio recording is actually being recorded on the 15-inch MacBook, so while it is decent, it's nothing out of this world. While this is being recorded on the new Thick Boy on the new 16-inch MacBook Pro. Now, while I personally wouldn't use this microphone, for podcasts, it is a huge step up from the 15-inch MacBook. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. For those that never own a butterfly keyboard Mac, consider yourself lucky. Some of you don't understand the magnitude of effect it had on people and how they saw Apple's notebook line. The majority of people detested it, and for good reason. It had extremely low travel, meaning the keys were extremely shallow with very little feedback. Sometimes it'd feel like the key never really sunk down, having the effect like the key never registered. But it did. It's just that the butterfly keyboard purposely had this effect in mind. Not to mention the countless problems the butterfly keyboard had. A minuscule amount of dirt or dust could get in the keyboard and ruin it completely, creating what people called sticky keys, either registering a letter 2 or 3 extra times or not registering it at all. I never personally experienced this, but I had a couple of friends that did, and they were absolutely livid, and rightfully so. The keyboard makes up an enormous part of the notebook experience, and if you can't efficiently type, then what's the point? Apple thus listened to the mass of unhappy customers and implemented their Magic Keyboard, essentially their iMac keyboard, onto this new MacBook, with 1mm of travel, so it feels amazing to type on as you finally get that tactile feedback. And this should eliminate the sticky keys, as the Magic Keyboard runs on the scissor style mechanism, which is a million times more reliable than Apple's dumb butterfly keyboard. I feel like Apple was like Gretchen from Mean Girls, wanting to make the butterfly keyboard happen, just like she wanted fetch to be a thing. It's a perfect analogy, am I right? Apart from the new keyboard, we do see a physical escape key, which is super useful for pro applications that require it on the fly, as before, when it was part of the touch bar would often lag, buffer, be on a time delay it seemed like, or would be just unresponsive. The physical key is a welcome addition. The Touch ID sensor is also more of a clickable button and also separate from the touch bar. Before, it was pressable but wasn't so apparent that it was an actual button, and now it's lifted just a bit. DD from Dexter's Laboratory would love to press this button. Facts. Lastly, we could discuss specs and differences, but that'd be kind of hard, as half of people will likely get the built-to-order base model, but the other half will have a custom-ordered MacBook Pro. Increasing maybe RAM or maybe storage is more important to you, or maybe you video edit and upgrade the graphics card. So in any case, everyone will have different productivity needs, but what is certain is that thermal throttling should be a thing of the past. The new Thick Boy has a 35% larger heatsink and 28% increased airflow, therefore allowing it to dissipate dissipate heat much more efficiently and putting a lot less strain on the processor, ensuring the processor stays consistently working at top speeds for much longer. So rest assured, the i9 option is a way better candidate this time around for those needing extreme power. Again, feel free to follow me and DM me if you're unsure of what configuration you want or if upgrading is right for you. That's pretty much all the differences, guys. I told you I'd be throwing hard facts your way. I'm confident this upgrade will be enjoyable for all based solely off the keyboard alone, and that's saying a lot. The mandatory spec bump seems like the cherry on top, but there's just so many great things about this new laptop. The bigger display, the improved battery, the speakers, the mic. Man, I'm happy and excited for this new direction Apple is taking, and I definitely hope this cleared up any questions you may have had, as these are all the largest changes to the MacBook Pro 16-inch. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already for further testing and comparisons of the new MacBook Pro, including a performance test of the new thick boy with a fully spec'd MacBook 16-inch versus the baseline, and so much more, including other unboxings, giveaways, and so much more. Even if I was able to help a single one of you guys, then I will feel extremely fulfilled and satisfied. I'm gonna clock out for now, but we'll be back soon, so I'll catch you all in my next video. Peace out.